So today, what I'm investigating is there was a break and enter where they stole bikes, a computer. And so what break and enter is break and enter is there to commit another offense. So they came in, they broke in to steal something. Now what happened last week, they're not allowed in there because it's closed. So if it doesn't belong to us, we don't go and use it or damage it or even enter into it. So for your school, for example, is a great example of somewhere that there isn't people at all the time. It's not somebody's home, but still it's somebody's property. So we have to respect people's property, and by respecting it, we ask permission. We don't just assume to be able to use things or to break things or damage things because we think we need to use it. It's part of being a respectful person and a good neighbor. It's part of learning to grow up and be good people and making right decisions. So does that make sense to everyone? We do start to see patterns of certain people that they start out with something minor and there's no consequences for them, so they do something else, and if there's still no consequences, they keep on doing it. And so that's where probably every single one of your parents, when we do something wrong, there's consequences. I was grounded lots as a child. I had stuff taken away from me as well. There were consequences for my actions, and it taught me to make the right decisions, to actually stop and think about what I'm doing before I do it.
Well, I think when your parents hold you accountable in a loving way, you learn the answer, and you'd rather that than it being done by the law enforcement.
Exactly. At first, when we're all your age, we start to think like our parents are punishing us.
That's right.
And it is a form of punishment, but it's actually a corrective measure. So what they're doing is they're punishing you. They're telling you your actions were wrong and there's consequences to your actions before it gets too far down and the consequences for your actions are dealing with somebody like me. So all of you have neighbors, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you went over to your neighbor's house and there was nobody there, but the door was unlocked. Is it still okay for you to still walk in and watch their TV and kind of hang out? Well, and we think about that with everywhere we go. So you might find places that are unlocked or that are, doors could be wide open. So even in that case, we have certain crimes. There's a crime called unlawfully in a dwelling house. So if somebody's house is open and you just walk in and kind of look around and you're not there to do anything, it's still actually a crime to be unlawfully in a dwelling house. So you're not allowed to be in there. So there's lots of different laws that kind of play. So we talk about break and enter. So when you're going in there to steal something or to damage something. We talk about mischief, where you just damage property so you could go in and just see what it's like. And we've talked about unlawfully in a dwelling house. So you can see how there's lots of different laws and lots of different crimes that can be committed just by going somewhere that you're not supposed to be. All crimes. Yep. To break any one of those means you're going to get involved with the police, maybe even the court system. And you know what? From there, we don't want to go down those roads. We want to be respectful. We want to grow up to be good citizens. And it's very important to be good citizens, right? It's very important to be good to your neighbors, be good to other people, to help out when we can. It's part of, society, we call it. Are the laws that we're going to follow as good citizens. So simple laws like not to steal, not to enter into places that aren't yours, not to hurt other people. We've decided that that's the type of people we want to be. And so that's why we encourage everybody to follow those laws to help us become the citizens that we all want to be in this country.